The acoustics in my garage, it's pretty bad. And the reason for it, of course, the sound is echoing, bouncing back and forth because my walls are quite empty. I have all my stuff stacked in the end of the garage, and the other walls are more or less empty, and of course my ceiling and my floor is also partially empty, and all of them are in hard material reflecting the sound. I have chipboards on my walls, solid wood on the garage door, plasterboards on the ceiling and concrete on the floor. It's hard and it's reflecting the sound. It's like being inside of a speaker here. So I want to do some improvements. Will help me not just for recording, making a better sound quality on my videos, but also listening to radio, listening to some music. It's quite terrible to do that now. So I want to make some sound absorbing panels. And this is not rocket science, it's nothing I have invented. You can find a lot of tips on how to do it, but I want to share how I did it. I try to keep the budget low, as always, and do most of the job myself. But before I start, I want to do some tests, and then I will do the same when I'm done, and you can compare if it works or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me quickly explain what I'm going to do. Maybe you already now noticed that the sound is a bit better. That's because I'm switched over to my small microphone. Here I have it on my jacket and it's closer to my mouth, so it doesn't pick up that much echo. I'm actually just speaking lower. For me it's the same poor noise quality, sound quality here in the garage, but for you I hope it's a bit better. Anyway, what I'm going to do is make sound absorbing panels, and I will hang them in the ceiling. That's at least my first job. I will also consider have some on the walls, but let's start with the ceiling. These sound absorbing panels consist of 3 parts. It's a frame. I'm going to build the frame of chipboard. I found that to be the cheapest material. They are not the thinnest one. They're actually made for floor, so they are 22 millimeters in thickness. They were on sale, so I picked them up. 16 millimeters was what I was aiming for, but these were so cheap, so I went for them. Inside of the frame, I'm going to put rock wool insulation. These are not regular insulation meant for heat and cold. They are a bit more dense. They are 55 kilos per cubic meters. Normal insulation is around 30 to 35, so they are twice as dense, and because of this they absorb the sound better. They are specially made for acoustic, so they are actually named sound panels. Sound boards, probably. The last piece of the puzzle is fabric. So I have the frame, I have the insulation inside it, and of course then when everything is ready I will just wrap white cotton polyester fabrics, the cheapest one I can find, around them, just to have some white covering on them. So I have prepared some of my woodworking tools. Normally I work on metal, but yeah, I have some saws and stuff, so let's just Okay, let me briefly show you my equipment here. I don't have any professional woodworking equipment really. I don't really have very much professional equipment at all, or tools. So what I've done is I have my homemade welding table here as a support table to my table saw. Really cheap table saw. And the problem with it, it's so small area. So when you're gonna saw something, it's easy that it gets out of alignment when you're gonna push it forward. So I use this straight edge that I have for forever, and to support it, just clamped it here so I can pull my item into it and keep it straight. And then I have my regular working table here, and I have a vacuum cleaner. Is that the correct name? Under there, to avoid too much dust. But as you can see, this non-professional equipment, it gets a bit messy anyway. So now I have cut the main pieces, and now I will cut them even smaller so they can be part of the frame. So I will be adjusting this stuff here now and continue the cutting. My vacuum hose fell off, and of course then the vacuum cleaner doesn't do much, so yeah, you can see mess all over the place. So I have to do some cleaning here, but at least I have made the first pieces for the first frame. So I will try to assemble this now, make the first frame, and just see if everything works. Test it out, even mount it in the ceiling, and then I can start mass producing. It's not good to mass produce all pieces and then you figure out they are 1 centimeter too long or short, or you need to rearrange it. So I will do one test now, and let's see how it goes. Okay, I have some explanations to do. Yeah, I've cut my hair. It's been a couple of days, but now I'm back. You just saw me cut off 5 centimeters of the length. I did not do any miscalculations here. It was on purpose. To make them fit in between of my ceiling lights, I had to make them a bit smaller. I can't use the full length. What I've also done is to cut out this section for the crossbar in the middle. I added this beam here to make the whole frame more rigid and also to avoid this sagging, falling out. Let me show you. This now fits exactly inside here, like this. So this part will go up against the ceiling, and this is the underside. And this crossbar here will not only make the whole frame more sturdy, but also avoid this insulation falling out. Even though I will have fabric around there, yeah, I think this is extra security. But as you can see, it's quite stiff. The whole stuff is just stuck in here now without fabric, so that's good. So the next job is to find a way to mount this up under the ceiling. So I have this metal band. And what I will do is to cut out pieces, drill a hole, and make some bends. So I will make these hooks and mount them up in the ceiling, and then just slide the sound panels in here. So the idea is then to have the first bracket screwed in and attached to the ceiling, and then I will try to slide in the panel and then mount the second one. And this is not very easy to do alone, but let me try. Voila! Yeah! First prototype is made, and the mounting mechanism seems to work. So the next then is to put on the fabric, and I think I'll go upstairs to do that. So here I am at the workshop. Here is the fabric, and here is the frame. What I did was use a rasp and smoothen out at least the corners and the sides as well. Not sure, I will try without. I will probably round the corners so I'm not ripping the fabric, but it's a lot of job, so if I can save it, I will. But for this first one, I will touch up the frame a bit. So the fabric is cut, hopefully in the correct size. Okay, let's try it. This was the result after my wrapping. I think I need a bit practice in the corners. I tried different ways, and also I think I can stretch it even more, but at least it's just wrapping it around, putting in some staples, trying to get the corners nice. That's my best advice. Let's try it down in the garage. So I will be testing a different method now for getting it up to the ceiling. This might go terribly wrong. It's allowed to laugh. But what I'm trying to do is put it in here, like this. And I have the other bracket already here. Yes, that was even easier. Huh, that was definitely a smarter way of getting it up. Yes, and the first one is done, and I'm satisfied. The fabric could have been thicker. I can see where the frame is and where the insulation is. It's you can see through it. Thicker fabric, yeah, maybe, but it's a garage. It will do the trick in here. It is whiter than the ceiling, which is more like grayish. So yeah, looks nice, I think. So then, it's 18 more to produce. Better get started. And I'm finally done. Whew, quite a job. But yeah, I'm really satisfied. The last 8 of the sound panels were quite thin, 3 centimeters in depth, and that's because my garage door, when it goes up under the ceiling, when I open the door, I don't have very much space there. It barely touches the sound panels, even when they're only 3 centimeters. The rest of them are 7 centimeters, and they probably do most of the job, and I really can notice a big difference compared to how it was before. And yeah, perhaps it's time to do the before and after test now. Let's check how this affects the recording sound when I have the microphone on my camera. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It really made a difference, didn't it? But I think it can be improved even more, because the wall behind me, it's all empty, clean, and also the wall opposite me is the same. I think having sound panels on the wall here will even improve it more. I have a lot of those 3 centimeters insulations left, so I will probably make some more, but that will be another time, because it took quite some time to build this. And I have other projects I really want to focus on now, so, well, at least improvement. And it wasn't really expensive either. The insulation was the most expensive, the fabric was the second most expensive, and the frame and the nails and the staples really didn't cost very much. So I guess the average price I think was around $15 US, 12 euros, 120 Norwegian kroners per sound panel in average. Yeah, I think it's worth it. What do you think? Leave a comment below if you have anything to add, any suggestions, any questions. And of course, please subscribe if you like what you see. See you later!